Hello, I'm Professor Paul Voss. I'm an associate professor at Georgia State University, and I'm the president of Ethicos, a consulting firm here in Atlanta. And I'm here today to talk about a book called Essential Wisdom by my dear friend Randy Hain. See, I've read a lot of these books, dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of books that help with leadership, with management, general management. And the thing I love about Randy Hain's work, and I've read a lot of his work, is it combines the best of theory and practice. Randy's very well read. He knows the leading truths and the research that comes from books like the Harvard Business Review and some of the bestsellers of Patrick Lencioni. But what he's able to do is to distill that wisdom into nuggets of learning, hands-on practical applications. There are 22 discrete chapters in this book. Each one would take you 3 to 4 minutes to read. And you don't even have to read them in order, but each chapter has something of value. And there are 4 or 5 things that resonated with me completely right from the beginning. The first thing he talked about was legacy. What type of legacy are you attempting to create? Legacy is both a noun, it's a thing, it's something that you hand down from one generation to another. But if we're not careful with legacy, it can also be something that's an adjective, and then it means something that's pernicious or outdated. So how are we going to create a legacy in our mentoring, in our moral compass? He also talked about something that I have trouble with, and that's getting control of my calendar. A specific, concrete way of looking at how to schedule appointments, how to put free time in, how to take a break from social media. This is fabulous information, practical information for college students, first, second, third year in the profession, seasoned veterans. He also talks about being a mentor. Mentor comes from a Greek word meaning friendship. When you get to a certain stage in your career, success is maybe a given, but then paying it back, turning to other people, helping them climb that ladder. Randy gives some really keen insights and observations on how, as senior leaders, we can do that. And another thing he talks about in here, I think that is very, very important, especially in times of disruption, especially in times of uncertainty, is the power of narrative. This book is full of stories, the power of narrative to move us, to inspire us. Narrative is something that's human, it's universal, it's ubiquitous. All shapes, sizes, and colors of people throughout history have been attracted to narrative. Our brains process things, beginning, middle, and end. And Randy puts it in the form of a story here, and the power of narrative. For example, he talks a lot about having candid conversations. This is hard for a lot of people. Crucial conversations, our adrenaline is flowing, we're uncomfortable, we might be sweating, stakes are high. Randy does a really nice job of showing how narrative can help diffuse that situation, how you can ask for permission. I love the phrase in here where he says, he sits down with people and says, "Can I be candid with you? Can I be candid with you? Can I have permission to be honest? Can I have permission to be a friend?" That's essential wisdom. We're often talking about common sense in our time today, but common sense doesn't mean sense that's commonly accorded to people. Common sense literally means sense about the common things, sense about those essential things, sense about those things that we ought to put first. And in this handbook for leaders of every generation, Randy Hain takes essential wisdom and puts it first, puts it in our order that we can embrace it, we can understand it, and we can have direct application. I couldn't recommend this book any more highly.